in Florida, and we're going to the Ocean to Lake Trail, which is starting at Lake Okeechobee. They're just dropping me off. I'm going by myself though. And I'm gonna be doing a 5-day trip. Gonna be through hiking the Ocean to Lake Trail. It's 63 miles and it's March 4th right now. And yeah, I'll update you more when we get there. We're about like 20 minutes away right now. So yeah. Here's Lake Okeechobee. Yeah! The trail's down there somewhere. What are those? Are those wild turkeys?
I know.
Wait, what are those birds?
I think they're turkeys.
Oh, they're vultures. They're really big. We're at Lake Okeechobee.
Oh.
Wow. Okay, cool. There's a giant pile of rocks. So here's the actual parking area at the Las Nina trailhead. I'm assuming that right over here is where it starts because it's Orange Blaze and that's how the trail is. So it looks like it's gonna go that way. And then I know I have to cross over 441 in a little bit. But there's a little parking area, a little pull off over here. And here we are. I just crossed the highway right there. There they are over there. Ocean to Lake hiking trail. Here I go. So excited. I have 15 miles to do today. I'm stopping at, I think it's the Power Line campsite. I'm pretty sure that's the first one that I had to get a reservation for, but I'll update you. All right, talk to you soon. Okay, so just wanted to give an update. I've been walking down these like farm roads for a couple miles now, and I'm thinking that this way, the trees at the end of this road, I'm hoping they're Dupuis. I think that's the first management area that I come to. But I just wanted to tell y'all a little bit about the road because it was a little bit confusing. So at the first double blaze, you make a right turn and then you walk for a while down the road, and then eventually there's another double blaze on your left. And now I'm just walking straight and hopefully should be at the management area in like half a mile maybe. Yeah. So I'm still on my road walk and I found a dead wild hog. There were like 8 vultures eating it when I walked up here. So I don't know if that's a bad omen, but it's probably fine. Probably too hot. But yeah, almost to Dupuis, I think. So that's interesting. So I came from that way, and it says go this way. So I'll hop to this gate. Here I go. I'm gonna walk in the grass now. And here I am at the Dupuis management area. Gotta cross over another one of these and head that way. And looks like probably for the first time all day I'm gonna have some shade, which is great because it's pretty toasty out. Like there's a nice breeze, but I mean it's March and it's full sun. So I mean so far I guess I walked like 3 miles, but it was mostly like roads in between public land and like corridors between like fenced off, I mean private land, not public land, between private land. So yeah, it's been my experience so far. So it's about 11:30 now, and I've gone probably like 5 miles. Ever since I entered Dupuis, I've been walking through this like pine scrub forest, and the trail has been maintained really, really well, and the blazing has been just phenomenal. I'm assuming because when this place floods, they need more frequent blazes. But yeah, it's really like jungly, and I've seen lots of evidence of wild hogs. Like the ground is just torn up all over, which is an invasive species, by the way. Yeah. There's I was looking to see what the rest of the day was looking like, and I'm gonna cross a road, and then at 9 miles I'm gonna get to the little gopher campsite, and then in 5.8 after that will be my campsite for tonight. So yeah, so far it's been a really great hike. It's hot, but you know, I expected nothing less. So yeah, I'll check in later. So I thought that I was lost. Well, I thought I took a wrong turn because The blazing had been super excessive, and then there was like this double blaze, and which their double blazes are kind of wonky on this trail, but the only way that you can tell where to go based off the double blaze is if you look at the other side and like where you'd be facing if you were coming from the other direction. So there's double blaze, and then I walked for like less than half a mile, and I like hadn't seen any blazes, which was weird because it was like, you know, every few yards there was a blaze. And so I dropped my pack here, and then I like walked ahead a little bit to see if I could find a blaze, because it's like I'm on like a road kind of. I mean, it looks like it's really wide. This has been maintained. It looks like the trail. But anyway, I walked forward for a little bit, not too far. Didn't see any blazes. So then I like dropped my pack, walked all the way back to where I saw that double blaze, and there's literally no other way to go. So I'm assuming that I'm going the right direction, but I don't know why they stopped blazing. So I'm just gonna keep heading this way. I'll check my compass too, see if this is east, and that'll be a little bit more reassuring. It's 12:30 right now. I'm gonna say I've gone between 6.5 to 7 miles. At 9 miles, it's not Little Gopher campsite, it's actually Loop 4 campsite, but that's where I'm going to stop and have lunch. So hopefully I'm still going in the right direction. But yeah, it's very hot out, and I think I'm getting a little sunburned, but that's okay, I'll live. So fun fact, that direction is actually west, which is not reassuring, but I was looking at the map, and I'm somewhere, let's see here. This is the Loop 4 campsite, and the junction with, let's see, I'm like here. This looks like a junction with the Loop 4 hiking trail. And then if you look right here, can you see that? It kind of does go back west for a hot minute. So I'm assuming that that's where I am, because I should only have about like 2.4 or so miles left, and this little piece is 2.2, so I'm assuming I'm right there. Sorry about the shadow. So I'm gonna keep walking this way, because there honestly wasn't really any other place to go. I just don't, like, if it is the wrong way, I don't want to waste more time than I already have going the wrong way, but I'm pretty confident this is correct. So hopefully I'll see a blaze. So I don't know if I'm in the right place. I was walking, I came from this way, and then I came to this T intersection. It's like a connector or something, and still no blazes. I'm looking at the map, and I checked my location on Google Maps, and it looks like I'm where I'm supposed to be, basically. I'm thinking I need to go left to go back south, according to the map, but like, where are the blazes? I feel like I got off the trail back there, but I even went back to double check, and like I didn't see any other way to go. The blazes looked like they were indicating to come this way. I mean, this was the main trail. There's like 3 options of where to go right now, and like the data sheet is not helpful. Like, obviously there's no blazes. I might go that way, go left. I mean, this is something, it's a connector. I'm not at the boundary, like, I'm still inside of Dupuy Reserve, so I hope I'm not like going way the wrong way, because I was already going to be tight on time today, and then we got behind schedule because we left really late anyway. So I'm thinking I should go that way, but it's just straight as far as I can see. So yeah, hopefully that is the right way. I walked like probably like a mile and a half since the last blaze that I saw, the one I went back to check, and I don't want to walk all the way back there. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go this way. I mean, I can definitely just go back the way I came if worst comes to worst. And I mean, so far, if I end up having to night hike today and the terrain is like this, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. But oh my gosh, like, where did the blazes go? They were blazing so excessively and then they just stopped out of nowhere. So, but I mean, obviously, like, I was following this man's footprints and they led me, like, they were going this way as well. I mean, that doesn't mean he was going the right way, but somebody went this way who was on the Ocean to Lake Trail. So yeah, alright, I'm just gonna keep hiking this way and hopefully it's the right way, but I'll find out. Okay, so last update, I like zoomed in on Google Maps at my location to like the management area, and I can see where the Ocean to Lake Trail is, and I am definitely not on it, but it is just straight that way. I should hit it, because it would be a lot further for me to go all the way back that way. So I'm gonna take a chance and just follow this. I mean, I can see like where I am in relation to it on Google Maps, but I'm like definitely not on it. There must have been something back at that double blaze, because I wasn't supposed to go west like I have been for the last like mile and a half. So if I go back south, yeah, that's southwest, north, no, whatever, whichever way, that way, I can tell based on my Google Maps. That should take me back to the OTL, and I was being so careful. I don't understand how I even like went back to double check. It still got off, but you know what? It's totally fine. I can see where I am. I don't think I wasted that much time. So yeah, gonna get back on the OTL. Here we go. Day 1. Well, look who it is. Mr. Ocean to Lake Trail himself. Yeah, there's some blazes. Well, guess I'm going this way now. Or is it this way? Can't really tell. Guess I'm gonna pull back out Google Maps. Anyway, found the trail. By my estimates, I just hiked like maybe 2 miles out of the way. About that. So, not too big of a deal. It's fine. Well, finally made it to the Loop 4 campsite. It's 2:30 right now. I've done a little bit over 11 miles because of those extra 2 that I did earlier by accident. Those bonus miles. But I have 5.8 left. I might walk down and look at the campsite, and if it's nice, then I'll eat lunch right there. If not, I'll just eat lunch in this little shady spot. So I'm gonna go check it out. Look at this bougie campsite. They've got benches and picnic tables in the shade. Here's a water pump. I think it doesn't work, but low-key I hope it does, because it's been so dry lately that there's literally not been water in the last 11 miles. There was one kind of like a puddle when I first got into Puy, but I mean, that was, you know, miles ago. But yeah, about to eat lunch here. Okay, first of all, there was a huge alligator that just jumped in there, scared the heck out of me. Oh, my heart's beating really fast. Also, look at that. That alligator though, I can see his bubbles over there. Maybe he'll pop up and I can take a video. That scared me. I think I must have scared him because he dove in the water. Wow. That is a danger noodle. That is a venomous snake. It's pretty big. Can you see it? Yeah, I can't tell. I think it's a cottonmouth. But, yeah. That's a danger noodle. Went right across the path. So, there he goes. I believe it's a water moccasin. It's definitely venomous. So it's 5:40 right now. I'm trying to make it to the Powerline campsite. I think I have somewhere between 1.5 to 2.5 miles left. But yeah, I'd definitely like to not have to night hike, especially if these guys are hanging around. Although they probably go to sleep when the sun goes down. So yeah, that's Danger Noodle. So Danger Noodle got upset when I walked by. don't know if you can see, but his mouth is open. Yeah, it's cottonmouth, aka water moccasin. Risky. Okay, I'm gonna keep booking it to Powerline campsite. So it's about 6:15 now, and the sun is setting, and now I'm swamping, just going through water. It's not super deep, it's like ankle deep. My strategy is just to make as much splashing as possible, so if there's anything under there, it'll get out of my way. Hopefully I'm about a mile away from the campsite. I'll know it's there when I see power lines. So, oh good, this is dry. Check in with you soon. I made it. You can see it, maybe not. There's power lines over there to the power line campsite. Although it doesn't look like that much of a campsite compared to Loop 4 where I had lunch. I don't know if it's supposed to be right here. It looks like it's a place to tie up your horses. So, I guess that's where you're supposed to camp. Seems awful close to the water to me. I don't want to go in there though because it's kind of muddy. So, I guess just like over here. Looks like somebody had a campfire. I don't think you're supposed to have a campfire here though. Looks like alligators could come up right there. Well, hopefully they don't mess with me. I'm gonna set up camp before it gets dark. Alright, so it's about 7:15 now and I'm inside of my bug netting tent. So I thought I'd give some updates. I got here, set up my tarp, and I just made dinner as fast as I could because I saw a bunch of night critters walking around out there and the alligators are singing and there's just a bunch of just night things going on that I don't really want to know about because it kind of creeps me out a little bit. So I just like cooked really fast and now I'm here in my tarp. Also, and this is completely my own fault, but I got 3 blisters today. They're pretty big, but they're just on my heels. I'll show you. Let's see. Can you see this? Can you see that? I feel like you can't. Maybe I'll show you tomorrow. But, completely my own fault because I decided not to wear sock liners for some reason. Because I was wearing my old hiking boots, which also I know are not ideal shoes for out here, but I didn't have any old tennis shoes or like trail runners. But anyway, so my old hiking boots were a little small, and so I was like, well, maybe I don't need the sock liners. Well, that was the wrong decision because I did need them. And so I just kind of drained the blisters and then put on sock liners, and it didn't really bother me though when I was walking because it's just on the heel, so it's not that bad. Pretty manageable. So yeah, tomorrow, oh, I got pretty sunburnt today also. I don't know if you can really tell, but I got pretty sunburnt and I'm super hot right now because probably from the sunburn. So I probably should have brought my 30-degree sleeping bag and not my 15, but for the rest of the week it was supposed to be getting down into the 50s, so I thought it might be cold, but not cold at all right now. Yeah, so that was today. Ended up doing 15 plus those 2, maybe it might have been more than 2, honestly, bonus miles because I got off the trail, which I was noticing pretty often when they have double blazes out here. Because usually when you have a double blaze, you can like look and see like the direction where the double blaze is and see like where the trail's going. Not here. They'll just put like a random double blaze like way over this way, and then you have to find the blaze like way on the other side. So it's indicating that there's a turn in the trail, but it's not at all indicating that that's where the turn is. So I'm 100% sure that's where I got off when I got off the trail earlier. Tomorrow, and also like I was scrambling to finish today because I didn't even start hiking till almost 10, so I just like didn't start early and then had to do like 17 miles altogether. That's definitely the furthest I've hiked. Tomorrow I'm only doing 11 miles, so hopefully it'll be I won't be like setting up camp in the dark again. But overall, I mean, it was a great day. It was really pretty. I didn't see anybody except these two men when I first got into Dupuy management area. Like, they looked like hunters, which there's no hunting here. There was a sign that said no hunting, but they were wearing camo. And I mean, I like said hello, like acknowledged them when I walked by. And they, said hello, but they didn't seem threatening or anything. But other than that, I haven't seen a soul. I saw 2 deer, that big alligator, and then that cottonmouth that postured at me, which that was pretty cool. It was also great motivation for cranking out the last mile or so to get to camp. But I didn't feel threatened by the snake. I've heard people say that cottonmouths are aggressive, but when I walked by it, it didn't like lunge at me. It just like flipped over and postured at me and, was like, hey, back up. But, as long as you're aware and like you respect their space when you see them, venomous snakes, obviously they're dangerous, but not like a huge worry, as long as you're just very aware. But I wouldn't say that the snake was aggressive. It was just letting me know. It was more defensive, honestly. Because it just like flipped over and then opened its mouth, and, until I got out of its space. Yeah, so I can hear the alligator singing. I don't know, they kind of stopped for a minute, but it's pretty loud. It sounds like barking almost. So that's pretty cool. And I saw something big walking around over there. I think I said that already. I think it was a deer. So yeah, I'm gonna hang out. I brought my, I wanted to bring a book, but my pack was already over 30 pounds, which I don't know why. I just did a bad job of packing, I think. So I didn't bring like a book, but I brought my Appalachian Trail data book. So that's what I'm gonna be reading for a while. Anyway, this was a really long video, so I'm sorry if that was too much information. But yeah, that was today. I'm really excited about the rest of the trip though. It's Tuesday morning now, it's day 2, and I have about 10.6 miles to go to, I think it's the Bowman Island campsite today. Pretty sure. Trail's heading that way. So here we go. So I just came through this gate and it said thru-hikers only are allowed to go this way. But now you can really see the power lines. This is pretty cool. See that? So the trail's going straight across that way into the trees. Cool. That's so cool. I swear I was seeing otter tracks, and I was like, I don't know if otters live here. Yes, they do. Let's see if we can see them. I know otters are kind of mean, so definitely don't want to mess with them or anything, obviously. They came up over here on the beach. Oh, that's a spider web. Mr. Otter. Hello. I'm here. Don't get startled by my presence. Where'd they go? Huh. Hello? Well, there were 3. They were pretty big. I believe that's the first time I've seen an otter in the wild. Man, the wildlife on this trail has been phenomenal, let me tell you. Phenomenal. Alright, so I made it to Little Gopher campsite. benches. There's a lot of trash here. I thought somebody was over here, but it's just trash. Look at that. But there's some cute little benches, so I'm going to... Oh wait, it's water. Oh, thank you, FTA. It's water. I might see if there's any left. If not, I'll just get it out of the canal, but that's always a little risky. So I'm gonna stop here and eat lunch. So I've been 4 miles, a little over 4. So there is no water left at the campsite, so that means I gotta filter out of this lovely looking canal. I need to be careful of alligators. I'm probably gonna walk over there and come down on that like sandbar. Hopefully I'll be able to see into the water. That low-key looks like a gator right there, although it's not moving. So yeah, kind of missing those clean, cold mountain streams right now, but you know, Florida. All right, let's do this. So here I am now at the main canal, and that means I've got like 4 miles left before I get to the Bowman's Island campsite. It's about 2:15 right now, so doing pretty decent on time. So I'm about 1.5 miles out from the Bowman Island campsite, but right now I am basically thigh deep in this cypress strand. It's really cool. Gotta be careful of what's in the undertow, but it's so neat. Like, it's just all the way around. Pretty cool. It's about 3:45 right now. And here we have the blue trail that will take me to the Bowman Island campsite. It shouldn't be very far, maybe like 0.1 mile. And I am ready to make dinner, that's for sure. Is this an actual island? Because there's the blaze. And then I see another one way out there. Am I just supposed to walk out there? I guess so. I wonder how deep it is. Well, alright. Here we go. This is pretty though. But like, I didn't realize it was an island. Gosh. Well, I went across the water, and then I went through the jungle. There's one camp spot there. I'm probably gonna go to this one back here. It's got a little fire ring. This seems like a pretty buggy spot. I mean, I'm not getting bitten by anything right now, but my goodness. Okay. Well, I guess I'll put my tarp over there and cook some food, and maybe I can hang a bear bag on one of these trees, because I saw a bunch of raccoon tracks, and I wouldn't put it past him to swim out here, you know. Goodness, this was quite a day. Alright, so it's morning now. It's a little bit after 7. Day 3. I meant to get an earlier start, but for whatever reason my watch alarm didn't go off. So I have 18 miles today, which is probably going to be pretty tough. Hopefully I don't have to night hike. My blisters were starting to get really painful by the end of the day yesterday, so that kind of slowed me down. But even at my slowest pace, I was still going about 2 miles an hour, so if I can just crank out 9 hours of solid hiking, should be pretty good. So I'm here, I'm still on the blue trail. The OTL is across this marsh, so it's pretty cold right now. It's definitely in the 50s and it's really windy, so I get to wade through cold, thigh-deep marsh water to wake me up. In about 6 miles there's a youth camp, and I'm not gonna stop until I get there, and then I'll take like a snack break, and hopefully the water pump there is working, because this swamp water is pretty gross, just saying. So yeah. Oh wow, that's beautiful. Look at that. Can you see those birds? I don't know. I don't think, can you? Okay. Anyway, I'm already behind schedule of course. So here we go. Okay, so here I am now at the youth camp. I kind of had to take a little spur trail to get here. So I've gone about 6.5 miles today. It's exactly 10:30 right now. So, and I did take like a little 8-minute break earlier. So I'm doing pretty good on pace. I really hope they have water here. I have some water still, but I like to get fresh, clean water. I'm probably gonna stop here for maybe like a half an hour or so. So yeah, youth camp. So I was here eating my snack, still at the youth camp, and this lady pulled up and she had 2 big dogs with her. One of them was black and one of them was brown, and they were really cute and I got to pet them. But then the brown one grabbed my sock and ran away, and I had to chase it and get my sock back. But it's okay because I got my sock back. And yeah, that was the first person I have seen since I started the trail on Monday. And I got to pet the dogs, so that was good. Yeah, still at the youth camp. Well, I'm inside of Hungryland Slough now, and I've been walking along this dirt road for a hot minute now. Not really sure how long the road walk is, but it's actually not super hot right now, which is great. It is sunny, but it's not too bad. So there's some wood storks out there. I think they're endangered, at least threatened. I'm making my way to Beeline Road, which is right there. Once I get to that road, that means I'll have about 7 miles until I make it to camp. So I spotted myself an alligator, right? See where all the white fluffy stuff is? He's right above that. Very cool. Now I'm confused because there's blazes going that way, but there's also blazes going this way towards the road. Maybe they rerouted it because of construction, but like, oh my gosh. I feel like I just need to go towards the road, right? I'm gonna have to stop and look at my map. So it says that I have to cross a railroad and then do a Beeline Highway State Road 710 road walk. That over there, that's Beeline Highway, and I believe I see railroad tracks. So I think I must have been walking on the rerouted section already. And then right here, this is where you would, over here, this is where usually the trail comes out, but they're doing construction. So I'm going to keep walking to the road. Well, it says crossover, so I guess that's what I'm going to do. Goodness. Heck yeah. Didn't get lost on my road walk. Didn't get hit by a car. Great. So, I'm in Loxahatchee Slough now. I've got about 5.5 to 6, not quite 6 miles left to go. And it's 4 o'clock. So I'm pretty resigned to the fact that I'm gonna have to night hike tonight, but that's alright. I mean, so far there's been one trail and it's been blazed pretty well, that orange blaze, so not super worried about having a night hike. I'm also basically out of water. There was no water at the youth camp. There wasn't even a sink. They had bathrooms, but it was just a privy. So I didn't get water there. And then there was the canal before I did the road walk. But after I saw that alligator jump in there, I didn't really want to go down there and filter. And I didn't really see a good place to like get down to it. So I have like half a liter left, and I think I'm gonna put some electrolytes, some Pedialyte in there, and drink that. I don't feel dehydrated right now. I've not really been sweating all day. It's not very hot. And there's a water pump in a couple miles that I know of. And that one for sure should be working. But yeah, I've been moving kind of slow. My feet, my blisters are kind of hurting, and my hip was kind of hurting, so I like kept stopping to stretch it out. But yeah, I just honestly have been moving pretty slow, especially the last 6 miles. I was so tired. I always get really tired around like 1 o'clock, and I was so tired that I honestly just laid down and took a nap for like half an hour, even though I knew I was supposed to be like trying to crank out miles. But I felt a lot better after my nap, so I think it was worth it. But yeah, I'm gonna pull up my headlamp, make sure it's accessible, and crank out these last, 5.5 or so, and make camp. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm like a mile away now, because I have been booking it. But look at this cool boardwalk. I hope I'm not too far from the canal, because just over the canal is camping, and there better be water, because I'm thirsty. Guess who just knocked out 5 miles? Well, 5.5 actually, in 2 hours. Me. That's me. This beautiful canal. It's the best thing I've seen all day. I'm so excited to get water from the pitcher on the other side. Alright, here I go. And the sun is still up. Alright. Okay, so it's about 8 o'clock now. I'm inside my bug netting tent. And I made my miles. I had a great burst of energy thanks to this bicycle man. He rode past me right when I got in the Loxahatchee Slough, and he was talking about the movie Free Solo, and it just kind of, and he also told me that he did the entire Florida Trail in 13 hours. He ran it, and so then I started to feel like a wuss, and so I started hiking really fast, which for some reason my feet were not hurting at all for the last 6 miles, and like I thought I had pulled a muscle in my hip, but that didn't hurt at all either. So I don't know if it's just because I didn't want to have to night hike, which I did have to night hike for about a mile, or what, but I made it here. I filtered water from the pitcher pump about a mile back. I was really happy that that one was working. And now I'm gonna take care of my feet, get the fluid out of my blisters, and go to sleep. Tomorrow I've got just over 11 miles, and I'm gonna be in Jonathan Dickinson State Park to camp, which I've been looking forward to this entire trip because I've been there before, and the last time I was there I didn't even realize that the Ocean to Lake Trail went through there, so I'm pretty excited for that. And that I feel like I just made a major milestone today, because today was definitely hump day. 18 miles ended up being a lot for me, just on my feet, like in their condition. But you know what, I made it, and it wasn't terrible, and I'm here now, so can't wait for my last 2 days. Okay, so it's Thursday morning now. I think I just made it to the boundary of Loxahatchee Slough. It looks like there's a canal over here. Not 100% sure which way to go. I see a blaze over there, so I guess I'll start walking that way. I only have 11 miles today, and I've probably already walked maybe like 1. So should be a pretty good day. I'm gonna get to cross under 95 in the underpass, which is low-key probably gonna be the scariest part of this whole trip because alligators are known to be in that underpass. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's a little warmer today. Might have to put back on short sleeves. But yeah, so far so good. So I made it to Riverbend Park. And I'm gonna keep going. I'm walking through the Indian Town Road underpass. And my next stop will be I-95 underpass. Guess I gotta climb over this. Okay. So there's 95, and I'm about to go under the underpass, and I have exactly 5 miles till I get to my campsite at Kitchen Creek. Hope the alligators don't get me, because supposedly there's alligators in here. Guess I'll find out. Well, I made it to the Hobe Groves Canal. So all I have to do is wade through here. And then on the other side is Jonathan Dickinson State Park. Also, that means I have 2 miles to go to my campsite. All right, here we go. Well, I already paid the $5 plus tax dollar fee for overnight camping. Does that mean I also have to pay the day hike? I feel like I'm good, right? I already paid my $5. Yeah. If they have any issues, I'll just pay it. If they ask. But I think I'm fine. Alright, 2 miles to my campsite. Here we go. There's a deer. Can you see it? Hey, deer. What are you doing? Oh, it's gone. Oh, no, no. Can you see it? Right in the middle. Bye. No, not bye. Why are you not afraid of me? Okay, well, I'm going that way, fam. And here's the intersection with the white trail, which means my campsite is right over there. Mine, the one I reserved, is number 2. Look at this super bougie campsite. Number 2. That's me. Got a fire pit. Got 2 picnic tables. And flat place to set up the tarp. Wow. Loving this. So before I make dinner, I just wanted to reiterate how much I love my sleep setup. Because I know I haven't talked about gear very much on this trip. But this is the Gear Top UL1. It's ultra light. You can get it on Amazon. And you can see there's the Rainfly on the outside, which is what I usually use. And then I set it up with 2 trekking poles. There's one on the other side. And this is the bug netting, this is the first time I've ever used it. I always just use the Rainfly. But let me tell you, I am a fan. It's super spacious. Obviously, it keeps the bugs off. There's a vestibule in the back where I can fit my 70-liter pack and all my gear and shoes and whatnot underneath there. Or if, like last night, my stuff wasn't wet or anything, so I just kept it inside with me. And there was plenty of room for me and my pack and everything to sleep comfortably and stretch out all the way. I mean, obviously, I'm under 5 feet, so I'm pretty small, but this thing is really spacious for a one person. Honestly, you could fit 2 small people in here. So yeah, just wanted to say that I love my sleep system. Highly recommend it. And yeah, now I'm gonna go make dinner. Alright, today's the day. It's Friday, and I have 9 miles left until the beach. I'm gonna be crossing over US 1 and leaving Jonathan Dickinson State Park. I'm gonna come across A1A, and then I'm gonna end up at Hobe Sound Beach, and I'm super excited. Apparently we're getting real good ice cream on the way home, which I'm not exactly sure what that entails, but it sounds like something I want to find out more about. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. Can't wait to go put my feet in the ocean. It's a little bit after 7 o'clock right now, and I'm just gonna finish packing up, and then I'll be on the way. There was a water pump here at Kitchen Creek campsite. You had to like walk up past campsite 1 a little bit. It wasn't really marked, but I was really glad that I found it because I ran out of water last night. There's also a privy here, which is nice, and the campsites here are really great, and it was only $5 to reserve it, so that's a great deal. But yeah, last day, can't wait to go see the ocean. Well, here's the gate for US 1, which means that I'm only gonna have about a 2.5 mile little roadblock, and then I will be at the beach. Here I am now, about to turn on Bridges Road. I've been on A1A, and then it's like half a mile, and I'll see you at the beach. So I made it to the ocean. It's back there. It's a really nice beach, and apparently the parking was free. And now we're eating KFC, and we're gonna get ice cream on the way home.
Yep.
So, just to update, this is what real good ice cream tastes like.
Gelato, gelato. It's a gelato.
It is gelato.
It's an important fact that it's gelato, not ice cream.
Yeah.
True. But yeah, it's really delicious. Highly recommend.